It all started quite simply. A small family had a dream. They possessed a cherished recipe. This recipe was for beer, a special kind of beer. Their hearts were full of hope. They wanted to share their creation. With passion, they began their journey. This was the brewery's dawn. The family's vision was clear. They aimed to craft excellence. A beer that spoke of home, using ingredients from their land. They imagined people enjoying it, sharing laughter and good times. This dream fueled their hard work. Day and night they toiled. Their spirit was truly unbreakable. The original recipe was precious, guarded like a hidden treasure, passed down through many years, from one generation to next. It called for simple methods. Pure water was essential, local barley gave it body. The finest hops added zest. This was their beer's soul. Early days were not easy, many challenges stood in their way. Money was often very tight. Other breweries were rivals, but they held on to their belief. Their beer was truly special. Each small victory spurred them on. Step by step, they built. Their brewery began to grow. The lager they created was unique. It was unlike any other. For many, it was a new taste. So smooth, so very refreshing. It poured a beautiful gold, with a clean, crisp finish. People quickly took notice. This beer was different. Better. It captured their imagination. The magic came from local sources. Water flowed from pure, clear springs, filtered by ancient knowing stones. Barley grew in sun-kissed fields nearby. Hops were picked from local farms. Each ingredient had a story. The land itself was in the beer, a true taste of its origin. It was honest and pure. This beer had a fine character, a distinct and pleasing profile, not too heavy in its body, not too light on the tongue. It was balanced to perfection. It appealed to many people. Each sip invited another, a truly enjoyable companion. It made gatherings much brighter. Word of this lager spread, first through the local town, then to the surrounding villages. People began to ask for it. It soon became a firm favorite. Demand grew steadily, surely. The small brewery was bustling, activity filled the air. This was a sign of success. To make their great beer better, to brew more for thirsty folk, the family sought new methods. They were brave and innovative. New ideas were always welcome. They strived for constant improvement. Their curiosity was a guide, always reaching for perfection. This spirit drove them forward. Cold storage fermentation arrived. This was a truly big step. Lager yeast loves the cold. It works slowly, making smoothness. This method improved the taste. The beer became much cleaner, crisper than it was before. This innovation set them apart. It was a mark of genius. Bottling needed advancement too. Early bottles could be unreliable. They sought better ways, to keep the beer fresh longer, to let it travel farther. New machines for bottling helped. Quality control became tighter. Their lager could now journey, reaching new, eager drinkers. These innovations had impact. The beer's quality improved greatly. Production grew more consistent. The brewery could now expand. More people enjoyed their lager. These changes were so important. They built a strong foundation. Clever thinking bore good fruit. Their future looked very bright. Section 4. Science in Service of Beer. Perfecting the craft. Brewing was always an art, a skill honed by experience, but science offered new tools. The brewery embraced this notion. They hired insightful, keen minds. A small laboratory was built to study their beer closely, to understand every detail. This was a very wise move. Yeast became a focal point. This tiny fungus is alive. Its health is so very crucial. They found their own special strain. They learned how to keep it pure, ensuring every batch was perfect. This was a well-kept secret. Pure yeast meant pure, great beer. Consistency was their reward. Water chemistry was studied. Beer is mostly made of water. Its mineral content shapes taste. They analyzed their spring's gift. They understood its unique traits. They protected its pristine quality. This ensured the flavor stayed true. Every pint tasted as it should. Customers expected this excellence. Early quality checks were strict. They watched every single stage from the grain to the final glass. Tasting and testing was constant. Any small flaw was rejected. They aimed for the absolute best. This dedication was apparent. People trusted their fine beer. Science helped build this deep trust. Section 5. From local gem to global name, the post-war ascent. The world changed after the war. New horizons began to open. Trade routes hummed with life again. People yearned for simple comforts. They also sought new pleasures. The brewery stood ready, prepared. They had an exceptional product. The moment was truly ripe. Opportunity was knocking loudly. They began to export their lager, taking first steps into new lands. Nearby countries showed keen interest. The beer traveled surprisingly well, thanks to their smart innovations. Its fine quality impressed all. Drinkers abroad truly loved it. International demand started to climb. The world was discovering their brew. A strong reputation grew overseas. Soldiers had tasted it during conflict. They brought home fond memories. Word of mouth proved very powerful. Glowing reviews began to appear. The brewery gained wider acclaim. It became a known symbol of steadfast quality and tradition, a beacon of brewing artistry. Early marketing was quite simple. It was honest, direct, and clear, focusing on the best ingredients and the beer's unique, satisfying taste. Pictures showed its lovely homeland, evoking a sense of origin. These messages struck a chord. The brand started to sparkle. It was becoming a star. Section 6. Marketing the magic building a worldwide brand. A strong brand is very powerful. It is much more than a logo or a familiar bottle shape. It is a firm promise made, a promise of consistent quality, of a certain special experience. The brewery knew this well. They invested in their brand, making it known everywhere. Iconic advertising was developed, memorable slogans caught the ear, catchy jingles played on radio, appealing adverts on television. These reached millions of people. The beer became a household name. Everyone recognized its character. It felt like a trusted friend, welcoming and always reliable. Global expansion was strategic. They entered new continents bravely, sometimes building new breweries abroad or forging strong local partnerships. They chose their allies with care, ensuring quality remained paramount. The entire world was their stage. They aimed for the very top. Their ambition knew no bounds. Sponsorships created connections, tying the beer to joyful times. Major sports events were chosen. Music festivals felt its presence. Cultural celebrations were supported. This built positive associations. It made the brand highly visible, part of people's happy lives, a true global lifestyle choice. Section 7. An enduring legacy, quality, tradition, and tomorrow's pint. The secret to lasting quality? It is not just one single thing. It is a blend of many factors. Strict loyalty to the old recipe, using only the best ingredients, constant watchful monitoring, and brewers full of passion. This dedication is the true core. It shines in every single glass. Modern automation lends its hand. Technology ensures fine precision. Computers track every temperature, robots can do the heavy work, but human skill remains supreme. Brewers still taste, still check. Tradition guides the whole process, innovation refines it gently. The balance is struck perfectly, commitment to our planet grows, protecting the natural environment, especially their precious water, reducing the use of energy, employing packaging that recycles. This is a modern duty, ensuring a healthy future for beer and for us all. Good practices make good sense. The brewery's legacy endures, from a humble family's dream to a cherished global icon. It is a story of true quality, of innovation, and of spirit. The tale continues to unfold with each perfect pint poured. We raise a glass to their future, may it be long and bright.